Hello, welcome back to AG Engineering. I'm not coming out in the garage and the workshops often recently. It's a bit cold outside and my nose is running and things, so I've braved it tonight. It just took a little bit of time. I've been trying to get back onto the CB125 again. I've blasted these hubs ready for rebuild. The bearings are out and things. I'm just going to wash them off a little bit now, and then I'll reassemble the bearings, and I'll take you over to another little project I've been working on while we've been away. Unlike some of the modern cleaners, and like the one we've got at work, modern cleaners tend to use nice, safe, biodegradable stuff in the parts washers, and I use paraffin. I'm a bit of a traditionalist like that. I'll have to admit the one at work's a safety clean hot wash, similar to this sort of setup, except it's got like a water tank underneath it, separated a little bit with a sort of immersion heater element in it, and keeps it, I think it's about 25, maybe 30 degrees or something. It's certainly doesn't burn your hands or anything, but whatever solvent they use in conjunction with the hot water actually works very well. One of the better ones I've come across. The only other one was at JCB. They had like they called it a washing machine, where you put it in and an engine block in complete, and so we shut the lid, and it spun it round and sprayed jets on it. That was very good as well. Whether that sort of thing will come to home users or not, or whether it already is on the market, I'm not sure. But I did try the solvent-free stuff. In fact, I've got the best part of a gallon of it on the shelf somewhere that you mix with water. That come with a Clark. This is a Clark parts washer, and it wasn't very effective, to be fair, and if it was stood for a while it went mouldy on the top, got a skin on it, and it was no good at all in winter when it was frozen. So I just chucked paraffin in it, even though it said you're not supposed to, but you know, rules is rules and all that. And the pump's been alright actually, even though it's had a plastic pump in it. They used to have well they still have, when I worked at the motorbike shop, they had one called a grease eater, and that worked well with paraffin, and then as it was geyser or gunk, the sort of solvent based things then. But the pump was like submersible, but the cable was in a piece of conduit. I've actually got one of them in the workshop I picked up at the right money off eBay a while back. So if this ever packs up this little submersible pump, I'll convert it to that. I think that should do us for cleaning these up for now. I'm going to go over them with some brake cleaner. That's better. Go over them with some brake cleaner, dry them off and things, and I'll refit bearings, put new bearings in there, and then I'll actually mask them off a bit, and I'm going to paint them with some extra high temperature paint and some clear lacquer before I build the rims up on them. So I think that'll do for that. That's all in there, look in there. Yeah, still a bit. So back in a while, and we'll get some bearings in these. In all honesty, what happens on most motorbike wheels when they need new wheel bearings at MOT time, they're just bashed in and out cold. don't go to this trouble. Or at best pressed in and out. Always more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. Never forget the spacer. What you've got to watch when you fit in these is you don't load the inner race. You want it so it's just touching it. That's gone a little bit too far, to be honest. So just flip it over. Tap the other side. That's it. Good thing about getting old is you can buy more magnifying glasses with lights in. 6202. (6302). To the bearing stores, Batman. More heat. Cheap bearings that way I had in stock, so use them in wheels. I won't use them inside an engine or anything critical. Not that a wheel isn't critical, of course. Since I've got a couple of wheels to build, I've made a building stand there, just out of some old scrap that was lying about. With the front one we've got a 12mm wheel spindle. So I've just got a piece of 12mm bar there. Got some 15mm for the rear wheel spindle to do the same. I'll probably have to make a couple of or get a couple of so shafting collars or something to keep everything from sliding side to side. I'll see how it goes, but we'll put a magnetic block on there, the dial indicator, dial gauge, or a pointer to start with, and so it goes that way. It's just a variation on Michael Waller's using an old swinging arm to do it. I looked at the things on eBay, about 30-40 quid. And I looked at some of them at the Stafford show a few weeks back, and they were real poor floppy wobbly things. So I thought I'll just make something up. It's got a couple of little like roller skate size bearings in there, just retained with an Allen screw, just to roll it on, and then a bit of a V cut out at the back. I've not painted it or anything, I've just wiped it with a bit of a bit of oil earlier on to stop it rusting. So we'll use that for our wheel building exercise. Right, let's get these hubs starting to be painted at least. Right, I've got my temporary spray booth set up, shall we say. There's a hub in there, masked up. Can't get round the rubber bonded bushes bit, but that'll be behind the sprocket anyway. And as ever, when you come to your masking tape, it always peels off in little strips, so I have to use some insulation tape. Hopefully that'll do the job. We'll see, it'll probably curl up and die. And the other one's there ready, so I'll get spraying. It's only going to be rattle can rebuild, this one, nothing exotic, so see how it goes. Now the noise you can hear in the background, I don't know how this will sound on video, is the little fan heater over there. You see I'm in the workshop. It's a bit warmer in here, it's about 2 or 3 degrees outside, so I had the heater on for a little while just to warm the place up a bit. I'm using that stuff, XHT 650 degrees C, 1200 degree F, extremely high temperature paint in silver, and then when we've got that on, we've got the same brand in high temperature lacquer as well, E-Tech. See what it's like. No primer required. I didn't know whether to paint this silver like this or just to go straight on with the lacquer. The original was sort of a lacquer over the original, like, or is it die cast finish, so it was quite sort of bright, but as cast. So the blasting has took that off. Probably would have recovered it better with aqua blasting, but we haven't got that, so I've opted for painting and lacquering instead. Yeah, it's pretty fumey stuff, that. It's no good wearing just a dust mask. I've got the dust filters on there. You need to wear the paint spray ones to filter the solvents out a bit, else I'll be floating. Hi. Hi, this is the next day. I'm going to be putting some clear lacquer on these hubs today, and then let them dry and warm up a little bit and get the paint to cure. So there won't be a lot to see with this because it's clear lacquer. So you can actually see more difference on this than I thought you'd be able to. There's a lacquered one. Now it's brought it up sort of bright greyer silver, if you like, and there's the unlacquered one with just the silver paint on it. I'll do another shot in a moment when I've got a bit of lacquer on this one, so you can see how it changes the look of it. There we go with the lacquer on. Yep, it does make a difference. If you can hear me.